feeling behind, whether that may be in school, financially, relationship wise, or even just in life in general. I know feeling behind is not a good feeling because nobody wants to think of themselves as a failure or to think of themselves not doing as good as they should be doing. But 9 times out of 10, when you feel behind, it just is due to comparison. Like they say, comparison is the thief of all joy, which is true. You don't feel behind until you look at the next person and see what they're doing, and if they're doing better than you, then you automatically feel behind. You feel like you're not where you're supposed to be at, or you're not doing as good as you should be doing in life. But the truth be told, I mean, you're right where you're supposed to be at in life. Every single action that you've done in your past has led you exactly where you're at right now. No mistakes. Every single thing that you have done has caused you to be right here. So if you don't like where you're at, you have no one to blame but yourself. If you do like where you're at, again, you have no one to blame but yourself. But back to what I was saying with the comparison thing, like it's so bad to compare yourself, but I know it's like as humans, like that's all we do because I don't know why. It's just the way we are. Like you could be 19 making X amount of money, and then you see a 17-year-old doubling the amount of money you are, and then bam, you instantly think you're behind. You instantly think, oh, I should be up here, not knowing that the 17-year-old probably went through challenges and faced challenges that you didn't face. So everybody's story is different. So you can't really compare. You can't compare yourself to nobody else because I remember Inky Johnson said that his grandmother used to tell him that you can't compare yourself to where nobody at because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they did to get there, and you don't know what they're doing to stay there. And that's so true. A lot of people just think things happen overnight. They think things fall in people's lap when that a lot of times is not the case. A lot of times people went through trials and tribulations to get to where they at. They fought and they worked really hard, or they sacrificed a lot to get to where they at. And if we known what they did to get there, we probably wouldn't be able to do that same thing. So there's no point in comparing. And a lot of times we compare like too early. You know how like you can compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. For example, walking into the gym and you seeing someone who's been working out for 5, 6 plus years, and this is probably like only your month 1. Like you can't compare each other. Like no, because if you compare yourself to that bodybuilder that's repping 315 on the bench, you're gonna feel bad every time. You're gonna feel bad about yourself every time. If you want to compare yourself to the man you were yesterday or the man you were last week. Are you getting better progressively? Are you continually like getting stronger or losing weight or whatever your goal may be? That's who you have to compare yourself with because that's the man that you were trying to beat. The man you were yesterday should be your only competition, not somebody else 6, 7 plus years on you in advance in the gym. And that's really with anything in life. That could be business aspect, financially. And just because somebody's younger than you doesn't mean that they haven't been working longer than you. And yeah, even with a relationship wise, society has this thing where you should be married at a certain age, or you should have this amount of kids at this age. And if you're passing this age and you don't have this amount of kids, or you're not married by this age, or you're not making X amount of dollars, you instantly feel bad. You feel like you're behind, or now you're trying to rush and speed up the process. But that's not good because when you rush, you miss things and you don't learn the lessons that you need to learn. A lot of times we're not where we need to be at simply because we are not ready for it. God is not going to put us somewhere where we are not ready to be at. Think about it. If you wanted a supercar, like that's all you wanted in life, you want this fast, crazy supercar. You've been praying about it and you're wondering why you don't have it. It's because you don't deserve it. You're not ready for it yet. Because if God was just to bless you with that supercar, gave it to you tomorrow, you wouldn't know what to do it. You wouldn't know how to respect it. You wouldn't know how to keep gas in it. You wouldn't even have enough money to maintain it. You probably go drive it crazy and go wreck it. But if you had to earn it and budget for that car and work your way up, then you would respect it more and you would know more about it. And you probably would be able to maintain that car a little bit more better. And we have to remember that God's timing is way different than ours. We may think we want something or deserve something right now, but in God's timing, it's nowhere near close for us to have it. So I just say trust in God's time and just continue to put in the work. because whenever God does give it to you, bro, it's always right on time. It's always like the perfect time. Because if he was to give it to you earlier, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, with that being said, I just want to say you are not behind and you are not alone. There's a bunch of other people that feel behind in life. In fact, I am one of them. There are times where I do feel like I'm not where I need to be at in life because I'm 22. I don't have my life figured out yet. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I know I want to be successful, but I don't know in what exactly. So I'm still trying to figure that out. And sometimes I do tend to feel behind, but that does come with comparison because you see 22-year-olds, 20-year-olds, millionaires trading stocks and doing this, all that, and the third. Like, so I got to remember, like, I can't compare myself to the next man. I got to run my own race. You got to realize that your path is unique. God has you right where he wants you to be at. If he wanted you further in life, you would be further in life. So wherever you are in life, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And like I said, every single thing that you've done in the past caused you to be right here. And if you feel like you should be further in life, I just say simply put in more work. Do the things that you know you need to do in order to push you forward towards that goal. Don't be slacking off. Don't be having off days and just procrastinating. Like, just do what you know you got to do to get to where you want to get to in life. For example, I love fitness, so I always bring my examples from fitness. But like, if you want a good body, prioritize your diet. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're hitting the gym on a consistent basis, making sure you're getting your steps in or doing what you need to do to hit them goals and getting the right amount of food in. Like, that's all you can do. Like, just control your inputs. You can't really control your outputs in life, but you can only control your inputs, which helps with the outputs. So I say, yeah, stop focusing on so much of where you're at right now and just focus on the now and just enjoy where you're at. Because one day you'll look back and be like, dang, I'm glad I was back there. I'm glad I didn't have that earlier, or whatever the case may be, man. Just put in that work and you're not behind. So just lock in and just grind.